Hello and welcome to Bracken Moor today. I'm Adam Allcroft and we're here for a match between Stocksbridge Park Steels and a Barnsley 11. One of the penultimate friendly for Stocksbridge this season as they look to get ready for next Saturday's opening game against Galcar. They're against a youthful Barnsley side that does contain at least one first teamer. We'll get to that in a second. And what should be another big test along the lines of what it was against Sheffield Wednesday on Tuesday night. So they're just a couple of minutes away from kick-off as the Barnsley team run out in front of me here as the pitch continues to look better and better before we get to that opening game against Galcar. Thank you to Colin Munsey for his hard work on that. But we'll get to the Stocksbridge team first. So in net is Harrison Davison Hale, then it is Bailey Baker, Jack Tinker, both of them obviously used to be part of the Barnsley Shadow Academy. Cody Pryor, Mitch Langton, Charlie Oglesby, Alex O'Connor, another alum of the Barnsley Shadow Academy, a trialist, Thomas Poole, Gareth Curtis and Keenan Mackenzie Gray. So for Barnsley it's Searle, Hassan Smith, Pickard, Lancaster, Dan Benson, Ariely, Hartley, Joe Ackroyd, who has been featured in the first team plenty of times for Barnsley, Butterfield, a trialist and Hallow. So obviously for Stocksbridge this is another one of those tests that is going to be against a team that trains every day, will likely have a lot of fitness with them, a lot of energy, being a mostly youthful side, as well as the dangerous Ackroyd, who will be a great test for the young centre-back partnership of Charlie Oglesby and Mitch Langton here, as we see Ian Richards come out in what is not what you'd call a typical July afternoon, though maybe a typical July afternoon in England and especially in Stocksbridge. The drizzle and rain is coming down here at the moment, so not the most pleasant sun-filled afternoon, especially for those that are starting their league seasons this week. For many teams today is the start for sides in the EFL, including Barnsley, who are down there in Plymouth. If you are a Barnes fan who's decided to listen to me rather than Radio Sheffield, well, thank you for the honour, but also this isn't as good as Radio Sheffield. And also we will keep you in tune with all those EFL games, and we'll try and keep you in tune with some of the Northern Counties East games that are starting today. League starting a bit earlier than they normally would due to the Qatar World Cup in November, though I don't know why the Northern Counties East. I don't think it's full of internationals that'll be jetting off to the World Cup come November time. Or maybe there is. So we're just seeing it is actually Ross Goodwin is on holiday in Italy today, so misses this game, as we see Charlie Oglesby go and become the captain for today. He was the captain at Staveley Mine as well, and he looks like he'll be the vice captain for the squad going here today. So it looks like it will be Thomas Poole to start the game with the kick-off, another one of the Staveley players who headed over to Stocksbridge this summer. We're looking for an interesting game today, as we're just warming up, as say hello to the fans, and the ones who normally listen to us on the radio are on holiday in the sun, getting a Stocksbridge welcome back. Definitely not aimed at you, Adam, just walking past me. As we're just having a bit of a wait for the kick-off to start, so Thomas Poole being seemingly standing over there. And here we go, we kick off with Stocksbridge wearing the yellow shirts, blue shorts, blue socks, kicking from left to right as they launch a quick long ball. That could test here with Gaz Curtis here, just trying to get the ball away from Barnsley and pass it quickly here to Oglesby, who's cut it front, but it's bounced off. Actually, it was the trialist there. That's when it's gone to Searle in the Barnsley net. And Barnsley kicking off here in the red shirts, white shorts and red socks here today. Long throw here onto the right wing for Barnsley, closed down O'Connor, but it's gone over his head back, but O'Connor has got the ball back now. Now it's with Tink here, trying to slip it through here to Poole, who's in a central forward position today, but nothing doing there. And Poole almost closes down the goalkeeper there, almost gets a goal. I've seen a few goalkeepers, Jack Hall especially at the Wednesday goalkeeper, really falling foul of that in the last game, and we're seeing Stocksbridge starting on this pressing very quickly, and there we go, and Poole's nicked it off on the central defenders there. He's forced wide, takes a shot, it's blocked. Trialist who's moving in the central midfield here, puts the ball in, headed away. Stocksbridge getting this better start here. Baker forces the pressure in. It's back to the trialist central midfielder, who is the trialist I think has been affectionately told as by many of the fans as Fake Sam, due to his how close he looks to Sam Finlaw, who left this summer for Answorth. Obviously, we saw one of our other trialists, Keenan Mackenzie Gray, who makes his first start since signing for the club. He was affectionately known as Steve as the fans. We obviously, with the lack of knowledge of some of these players, they do get some daft nicknames from time to time. Ball launched long here for Barnsley, but Staveley's former defender Oglesby is going to clear out. It is to Mackenzie Gray, now back with Tinker, who's being pressed by Ackroyd here, but Tinker's going to get the ball forward. It comes off a Barnsley man less than the throw, and it is earned here. So, back with Tinker now for the throw-in. Takes one short there, back to Tinker, but it's been intercepted by Barnsley here. Pressure from Stocksbridge, and it's flicked over to Mackenzie Gray, who has some space running to the left-hand side. Being closed down here by Hassan Smith. Looking, you've got a few options here. He's going to instead skim the ball across, pass one time into the box by Pull. Shot is actually blocked by his own man, Gaz Curtis there. And now Barnsley are able to clear it away. It's Oglesby though that clears it away, and it's with O'Connor who heads it down to Pryor, who tries to head it back to Langton, back to Baker, who's going to take the pass back to his goalkeeper here. Davison Hale clears the ball upfield now, headed away by Barnsley though, bit of head tennis starting now, as the two sides just keep clipping the ball, as Allo tried to get into that one. Goes to the trialist, now to Pryor, who I think he was trying to get it to Curtis, but Curtis had the movement of a statue there, didn't really think he was going to get on the end of that. It's gone out for a front to Barnsley, about halfway into their own half. So it is back now with the number 3 for Barnsley. Actually, his throw going to be taken on this left-hand side. Barnsley pushing their players forward for this. And the referee has decided he's not having any more steps forward there. Front goes through, Pryor heads it up into the air. Connor's going to try and get the next header, but he instead turns and just kicks it back to Oglesby, who puts it forward. But to no in particular, it's back to Hassan Smith there, who clips it on long. It's going to be Tinker who heads it away first time, and then clears it the second time out for a throw to Barnsley now on that right-hand side, attacking throw-in halfway through the Steel's half. Here. If you are listening to us on the YouTube channel, please do comment and like the video. We do, not only do I like the interaction at these sort of things, but also it helps us get featured more and remind some of our subscribers, hey, we are live, you can listen to us right now. It's just that Stocksbridge have just earned a free kick there after intercepting that throw-in, as you can hear that rain just getting a bit heavier there on the top of the Jamie Vardy stand here at Bracken Moor. This is the sort of weather I think you'd expect come October time rather than here in July, in the last weekend of pre-season. The free kick there is just kicked long, and it's going to go safely back to Searle here. Going to take his time there before deciding what he's going to do next. He's going to roll it out to the left-hand side to the number 3. Now back to the number 10 here, Hello. Here. And it's now back to the goalkeeper as Barnsley pass among their own defence. Dangerous with the way Stocksbridge have been pressing during pre-season as they continue to pass it amongst their own players, but they have clipped one long forward. Looks like it's going to be easily dealt with by Oglesby. It's actually headed back by Hallow, but looks like Stocksbridge are going to earn themselves a free kick after Pryor being pushed over with the rain continuing to pour. Just seeing some of the Stocksbridge players head to the bench here, as it seems like one of our players, I think it might be the try-set because I don't recognise. Long ball's there, punched away by Searle. Pryor's going to be the one to try and get onto it. He's pushed off the ball, but Baker's going to try and head it forward now. Pryor is going to battle for it again, but he is pushed off the ball in. Barnes retain possession. Pryor had a little nick at the ankle there, but advantage has been played as Barnsley tried the quick move, but well cut out by Langton there, who's going to try one long for Gaz Curtis, but that's caught and gone a bit short, headed away by Barnsley here. And the long ball's gone through to Barnsley up front here. Looks like there's Ackroyd here on the ball on the left-hand side, but he's been shoved off the ball by Langton, and Langton clears and easily dealt with by the man playing in central defence today, though mostly been playing in central midfield. There's some goals in the Football League to tell you about. Salford City have taken the lead against Mansfield through Hendry, and Carlisle have taken the lead against Crawley Town. That's through Danish. They're the first 2 goals of the EFL season for you. So ball's being clipped up in the air by Barnsley, but Pryor's headed that away. Poole's being forced backwards here as he gets the ball. Pass it back to Langton, who going to send it long for Mackenzie Gray. He's headed it on for Gaz Curtis, trying to get the end of, but he's offside. And that's going to be took a while for it to come, but in the end it has happened. It went soon as it was actually O'Connor trying to get on the ball here. Just in scorelines relate friendlies that are with teams in our league. Long Eaton have just taken a 1-0 lead against Alfreton Town. That is an impressive scoreline there. As we see Poole try to nick off the number 8 who's delayed a bit of his passing. Pass back to the goalkeeper who's knocked it on, and the number 3's had to head it on as Bailey Baker was about to get on the end of that. So we've got 3 players here who didn't play for the Barnsley Academy for Stocksbridge, but they did play for the Barnsley Shadow Academy, which is a more educational side of the system in Barnsley, more aimed at helping you get the qualifications rather than making sure you can get first team football. The Barnsley Shadow Academy was very successful the last couple of seasons, have won titles, they've won various competitions. We now have 3 of their players in the lineup, with O'Connor and Tinker coming to the club last season, and now also the new lad Bailey Baker at right back, who will be challenging Jordan Lemon. Lemon not here today. Bailey Baker looking like he could get a full 90 minutes in this game. We'll see what happens. It is a traditional substitutes bench for Stocksbridge today, rather than the 45-minute and 60-minute marks reorganisations we've seen Stocksbridge slip one down the left wing here, and it's come off that Thomas Poole. I think the Barnsley man got a tackle, and it's a corner kick to Stocksbridge here. So an early chance for Stocksbridge here. Did see them score last season through Ross Goodwin. So going to be Poole to take the corner. No Goodwin in the box. He's on his holidays in Italy at the moment. I'm sure he's enjoying him. Ball goes in. Keeper's gone down, but it weren't going to get tapped in the far post, and a foul was given on the goalkeeper anyway. Goalkeepers are usually very well protected, and it has happened as such here today. 9 minutes gone in this game so far. 0-0 between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Barnsley Football Club. The Barnsley 11 to be accurate. Just some goals to update you about. Fleetwood have taken the lead through Daniel Batty, they're leading Port Vale 1-0. Barrow have taken the lead through Gordon against Stockport County on their return to the EFL. Wycombe Wanderers have taken the lead through David Wheeler against Burton Albion, and we're involved in a local fixture. Sheffield Wednesday have taken the lead against Portsmouth thanks to Marvin Johnson. So some good news down the road for the fans that have made the trip to Hillsborough rather than Brackham Moor today, though there is an away game next week at Wednesday, so you can come here to watch us against Golcar instead in the FA Cup. Barnsley on the ball now. Keenan and Mackenzie Gray is pressing, and he's going to crest the goalkeeper after being passed back. Almost got to that one, and that pass from the keeper's gone right to Pryor. Now to Baker. Baker's going to get it through to the trialist, who's in central midfield today. Back to number 10 on the right, Curtis, who's going to put the ball in. Ball is short and going to be cleared away by Barnsley after quite a few touches from this defender, but only back to Langton, who's clipped it right through to Poole. Chests itself into the box, really well played, but the number 6 of Barnsley has got his foot in corner kick, and right now it is all advantage Stocksbridge as they look for the lead in this game. Great, another chance for another corner kick here. Trying to see who's taking it. It's just through the glass parting of the stand here. I think it might be Cody Pryor taking the corner. I haven't seen him take one just yet. Ball goes in, and Searle just about punches it away, looking to try and be the first man on it, and Poole does the sliding challenge, but it's blocked by Barnsley. O'Connor tries to pass it back in. It's now with Mackenzie Gray. He's looking for some space, but he's robbed of the ball all there by the, I think it's trialist for Barnsley, and it's cleared away now with Yallow, who's short pass there. He's stopped by Langton, and Langton's going to carry the ball out for Stocksbridge. It's now with the trialist. Now Bailey Baker. Baker going to try and cut inside here. Being pushed around by the number 3. He's going to clip the ball across field here to O'Connor. O'Connor's going to pass it sideways to Pryor. Yeah, and his ball there, I think it was aiming for the number 8 trialist here, but it was just out of his reach, so it's going to have a throw in here. Ian Richards shouting out orders for his team here as he orders them to get a bit more organised, as there is definitely opportunity to take the lead here. Blackpool have taken the lead against Reading through Connolly. Here. Ball goes out. Baker's going to clear it upfield, but right back, basically throwing for an identical position, so it's repeat on that occasion. Throwing goes to it's headed over Baker this time, but Langton is cleared out. But it is more sideways clearance. The number 2, Hassan Smith's going to get it. He's going to knock it right in front of him. 1 from 2, get on the end of, but Tinker gets there first, and he boots that upfield. It is back with the number 5 for Barnsley right now. Going to take the touch before putting it to Yellow. And he's tackled well there by the tri-state. Pryor gets it, passes it back to Langton. Langton's going to look for the long field ball to Poole. It's going to land bravely in front of Poole, actually. The number 6 is going to cover it, though. Poole's trying to get on the end of it, and the number 6 is had to clear it out to play for a throw in there. Good work from Poole here. Thanks, Dave, for letting me know it's not raining over there in Tenerife. I didn't think it would be. Just a shame you can't find a football game there. Nah. Quick throw-in goes to Baker here. Baker's going to put the ball into the box. He's aimed towards the near post, headed away by Barnsley, though. Going to be Tinker who's going to try and get the first touch. His header's gone right to a Barnsley man, and Barnsley is going to try and use a bit of pace here. The ball's being tried to slip through to Ackroyd there, but it's not possible. And now it's going to be headed out to play for a throw-in to Stocksbridge. So good play there. Millwall have taken the lead against Stoke City. Cresswell scoring that. Lots of action in the first 12 minutes of the game. The games in the EFL. Short throw into Pryor. Back to Tinker. Okay, now with O'Connor. Now with Pryor. Going to send it long. It's going to be one that Curtis is going to chase. Now in number 6 here, Barnes is going to be the first one on it. He's been covering a lot in defence here. And he's actually touches a bit heavy. He's not able to clear it out. So thrown in an attacking position for Stocksbridge. And now Stocksbridge have a chance to really try and see if they can take the lead. Curtis Turner, by the way, he's not in the lineup today, but he is here. I've just seen him going to the bench, so obviously that knock that he received at the game against Sheffield Wednesday, keeping him out of this game. We'll see if he is able to. We'll have to ask Ian after the game if he has got a chance of returning against Golkar. Takes the short throw in here to O'Connor, back to Tinker, tries to get it to Poole there, but it's blocked out of play. It's another throw in a near identical position. Throwing goes in. It's now back with Poole. Poole turns his defender, trying to get into the box, makes the pass to O'Connor. O'Connor tries to get it through to the trialist. He can't, but it's bounce out to Pryor. Now back with Tinker. Now to O'Connor. Richards is saying to look for the shot if you can. O'Connor's just passing it back to Pryor. Pryor's going to put the ball in. It's aimed towards Mackenzie Gray. It's headed away though. It's going to be O'Connor who tries to chip back into the box. It's back to O'Connor now after his first pass was blocked. Now with Tinker on the left-hand side. Tinker's going to take the shot, blocked. Now Pryor missed kicks, and now Barnsley have a chance for the counter-attack here. Barnsley on the counter. They're going to get it over the halfway line. No, Stocksbridge have got plenty of men back. The crossfield ball is great from Barnsley onto this right-hand side. They're going to try and clip the ball into box for Hayalo to get on the end of, but it's just away from him, and it's going to be a goal kick. Barnsley looking quite dangerous there from the counter. In the NCAL, we have seen a scoreline there. Knaresborough have taken the lead against Hallam FC. Hallam will be wanting as much momentum as possible ahead of their big FA Cup tie next week against Bury FC. That is a titanic match at this part of the round. Also see that Wimbledon have taken the lead against Gillingham through Chislett. I think that's a League 2 seat fixture now. Davison Hale's going to clear it upfield, and it's going to just bounce in midfield before the trialist clips it up. Curtis is going to try and chase it. Curtis going to look to be the first man on it, and it's going to bounce out of play and going to go for a goal kick there. I just wondered if it took a touch off the Barnsley man last. It had not. Harry Clark scored that goal for Knaresborough, by the way, just to let you know. So goal kick here for Searle to take. Searle's, while Stockbridge have had the better of the play so far, with 16 minutes gone, still 0-0 here. Searle is yet to be tested here so far. So, going to be an interesting test for him today. Well, it's going to be interesting to see if we can test him a bit more. Baker heads that ball away. Poole heads it on to Curtis, and it goes. He just clips it over for the trialist. Tries to be marked by 3 people here. He gets it to Baker, who smashes the ball off a Barnsley man. And the ball actually got jammed perfectly in between the bench and the stand. And we have the nominated fan who's going down to go get it. Thank you to him for doing so, because I don't think Baker would have reached, even with his long arms. And it's going to be, well, Baker's going to take this throw. He feints the first one and now passes it back to Langton in central defence today. Langton's going to try and clip it forward here, but it's headed away by Barnsley to the number 10, Jallow. But Barnsley do get that away now. It's with Hassan Smith on the right-hand side. He's got plenty of space to move into, Hassan Smith, and he's going to use all that space. He's not being closed down at all by the likes of O'Connor. He tries to clip the pass forward, but Tinker intercepts it. He's still with Barnsley though, and it's in a good position. And he tries to thread the pass through, but he slips as he does so, and so he miskicks it. It goes back harmlessly to Davison Hale. Davison Hale's going to just take a couple of bounces of the ball before he rolls it out in front of him. Now he's just going to clear it upfield. Headed away by Barnsley now, and going to be with Tinker, who puts it forward to Mackenzie Gray. Mackenzie Gray just got his back to his man, passed it now back to Pryor, who's lifted it over the top for Poole, but he's going to be taken down, and it's actually going to be no free kick. Curtis tries to close down the defender, and the defender just manages to evade them. And Barnsley are able to pass it away from the press, and Oglesby there goes in with a few feet, and then Tinker goes in with a few feet. There was the initial advantage for Oglesby's foul, and then Tinker, there was no chance of an advantage there. Just a goal just seen from the Championship. Rotherham United have taken the lead against Swansea City through Chideuzi Ogbene. Unexpected scoreline there as Rotherham aim to finish being a yo-yo club. And a few more goals here. Cambridge United have taken the lead against MK Dons through Nibs, and Wickham are now 2-0 ahead thanks to Mehmeti. As Barnsley have a free kick just inside their own half here. So, just inside their own half. Inside our half, it's been a bit of a stoppage as the referee had a little talking to with both Oglesby and Jack Tinker for some, let's just call them non-league challenges. That's the test that the Barnsley players are getting today. And this they're taking age to take this free kick, they take it short, and then back to the defender, and being closed down very quickly, but not doing, and that pass is then ran right into a Tinker, and actually comes off a Barnsley man last, so they get the throw in as well. So, we are 19 minutes gone in this game. It is 0-0 still. No shots on target as of yet. Stocksbridge, that has been a thing with Stocksbridge. While they've had a lot of good play, they haven't really created too many clear-cut opportunities. Not a game where we've just dominated and had chance after chance. So, we'll see if that can happen in this game, because they have had most of the ball and just been missed. We wonder if we are missing just that out centre striker, and Barnsley almost get themselves closed down there in defence, but just avoid it, and he's just running out of trouble, this player here, and some quick passing here, trying to unlock the Stocksbridge defence, but Langton's there to clear it out. It is back with the Barnsley defence now. Barnsley defence just taking their time here before clipping it cross field towards Hassan Smith, and it's going to go over the head of Mackenzie Gray, and Hassan Smith will have to head it back to keep it in. We're their number 5 now. Now Hassan Smith, who's going to pass it back to number 5 as Stockbridge look to get their press. There's been a lot more Stockbridge pressing than we've seen in some other friendlies, but we've not seen it really pay off yet. As I say that, the tries number 8's just gone right in with a tackle. Barnsley coming with another good tackle as well, which stops Poole from nipping in. Poole looking quite lively in this game so far, but yet to really create anything for himself, as Barnsley on the attack now. The number 3 here, close to our box on the left-hand side. Gets a little clip from number 8, but he stays on his feet. Now to the number 10, with some space to have the shot, doesn't take it. Going to pass it back to the number 5. Now Barnsley looking to see if they can break the defence. Clip a ball in, Baker heads it away, heads it again. Curtis miskicks, and that's, well, it's actually going to get it to Poole here. Poole's going to take the pass here to the number 8 trialist for Stocksbridge, and he's going to clip it through to Mackenzie Gray, but it's cleared out, but only back to Pryor, who takes the touch. Back to Tinker on the left-hand side. Now with O'Connor, who seems to like to move on to that left-hand side to work more with one of his best mates, Jack Tinker. Gone all the way back to the Stocksbridge defence now with Baker. Baker's touch is a bit heavy, but he's going to take it long, and that is to no one in particular. A bit of a waste there. A goal in the NCEL. Penistone Church have lost, well, not lost, they're losing 1-0 to local rivals Answorth. Searle has the ball at his feet. We'll update you some more score lines when we have a little break in play here. There has been a few more goals in the Football League. And there is a break in play because Searle's just kicked it not just only out of the pitch, but over our advertising hoardings. And Tinker's actually taken the quick throw in here to Oglesby now with Langton. He's going to take across to Baker now. Baker's going to like to roll in front of him before putting it through to the trialist, who tries to pass it back, but that's blocked by the Barnsley man. And he's going to pass it through to the forward, but it's actually not cleared out of play by Barnsley. They did try to keep it in play, Barnsley there, but it's not worked for him. So some updates from other scorelines. Walsall are 1-0 ahead against Hartlepool. Comley scoring for Walsall, and Barrow are now 2-0 ahead against Stockport County. Whitfield scoring there. Barrow getting a bit of a harsh, Stockport getting a bit of a harsh introduction back to League Two there for a team that's wanting back-to-back promotions. So with Oglesby now, who's going to put it forward to Mackenzie Gray. Mackenzie Gray is going to take the touch, try and beat his man. Been well controlled by Hassan Smith so far, but he's forced to pass it back to Tinker. Tinker's going to send one into the channel that Pool's going to give up on there because he's going out for a throw in here to Barnsley, close to their own corner flag. Not seen too much yet. And Hallam have equalised against Knaresborough, 1-1 there now. And that throw is going to have to be retaken. There, so it's the throwing going to be taken on the right hand side, taken short back to the right back, and it's going to be clipped right through, and it's going to get right to one of the attackers here, who's going to do a fantastic looking ball for their number 3 to get on the end of. It's just a bit short, and that's how Bailey Baker's able to cover that. And he passes it back to Davison Hill, clears it upfield. It is with Poole now, chests it down to O'Connor, but the offside flag has gone up. It's Gregory, by the way, who has scored for Hallam FC, just to let you know, just seen it on their Twitter account. As a free kick taken quickly here by Barnsley, just in their central defence now. Number 6 here is going to pass it back to the captain, and his pass is really off target, and that is a costly throw-in, and the number 8 trialist is dashing over to take it quickly, and does take it to Poole. He tried to get it back to the number 8, but his pass intercepting that quick free kick didn't work. And the number 8 here for Barnsley's just had a knifing challenge on Pryor as they went for a 50-50, and we have seen the rarest of things, a non-league booking. That's how bad that challenge was in Oz. Never really been looking for the ball there, that one. And Stocksbridge have a free kick here just about 5 yards away from the centre circle, and with it being, and they are pushing men forward to try and clip the ball in. Alfreton Town have equalised against Long Eaton, by the way, in that pre-season friendly. And Crewe Alexandra have taken a 2-0 lead against Rochdale, Brook scoring that goal. So it's the trialist, number 8, who's going to take this free kick. He's going to try and clip it in on the near post, and the almost works. This little routine had Poole spinning out at the near post. He was going to try and turn and volley it, and he just doesn't get the cleanest of connection, and that's why it goes heads well wide. But you've got to like the idea of that. Would have been a fantastic goal had it have come off. So goal kick goes out quickly. It's with the number 10 now, but he takes touch heavy. Pryor goes in, but it's tackled back off Pryor here, and Barnsley's going to be on the attack here. The number 10 slips onto number 9. His touch is heavy on this left-hand side, but he is going to get it back close to the byline. He's been closed down by Langton. The pass back goes to the free. Pass in is poor, but Baker's clear. It's not exactly great either. Ball still could be dangerous here. It bounces awkwardly back to the number 9 on the edge of the box on the left-hand side here. Pryor gets tackled, but the pass goes right to the number 3. The offside flag is up though. Oh, and actually, the referee's ignored the offside flag, and Barnsley continue to play. Number 6 puts the ball into the box, but it's cleared away. Now Poole has it. And then goes back to the trials, who's going to clip it forward for Curtis to try and get in the end of. But this number 6 for Barnsley is just quick as out, and he's covering absolutely everything, and they are able to clear it through him. Otherwise, I think Curtis may well have been in there. That was very well done by the number 6 there, and that pass from Barnsley almost intercepted by Mackenzie Gray. He misses on it though, as it goes back to their number 5, and it just feels like Barnsley are making mistakes, but they're able to cover them, especially through this fantastic number 6 that they've got in central defence. And Paul put touch there from the Barnsley central defenders. Now Poole to almost nip in, but he has recovered there, and now he's going to clear upfield, but only to O'Connor, whose touch there is collected by Barnsley. But Barnsley passing not the best when they're being pressured in defence. As Barnsley tries to clip it through, but it comes off Baker, bashes off the stand and back into play here. Walsall so have taken a 2-0 lead against Hartlepool. Johnson scoring that, and Sutton United have taken a lead against Newport Bugle, scoring that goal. So it's with the left back here at Barnsley, who's going to throw it up field before it's headed away by Langton. Pool's going to try and get on the end of it, but number 5 is covering it very simply here. Goes back to their goalkeeper Searle now. And Searle's going to clip it up looking for the right wing, but Tinker heads it away now, and Mackenzie Gray takes a touch inwards to Pool's going to clip it to the left wing, where Mackenzie Gray tries to keep it in, but the linesman decides no, he hasn't. So it's going to be a throw for Barnsley on that right hand side. Struggle, some of the passing just not working out for either side really here, and that's why after 28 minutes it's 0-0 and not a classic of the game yet so far. But it couldn't liven up, really did liven up against Sheffield Wednesday in the second half. And the throw-in goes in and headed away by O'Connor. Mackenzie Gray is going to try and get on the end of it, but he is tackled. He's back with Barnsley in their defence now. Taking their time before clipping it up here. Oglesby's going to head it back. Barnsley's going to be the first on that ball though, and Barnsley could break here. The number 9 on the ball here takes a long range shot. It's deflected off Stocksbridge, and Davison Hill actually can't keep that in. Davison Hill was looking to try and catch that to stop the corner. In fact, it is actually a corner for Barnsley. So Worksop have taken the lead in their pre-season friendly. They're facing Stamford, one of the leaders of the Midlands thing, and they were leading 1-0 thanks to Liam Hardy. I've seen Salford just had some more goals there in the EFL as well. Bolton have taken the lead against Ipswich, Morley scoring from the spot, and Thomas Asante has made it 2-0 to Salford City. Who needs Jeff Selley when you can just listen to us? As we just wait ages for this corner to take place, which is why I'm quite glad for some of these goals. So it's on the right hand side, looking like he's going to be an in-swinger from this corner kick. Going plenty of men up in the box for Barnsley. They take it short, back 1-2, back with the corner take, who looks to get the ball into the far post. It's headed back in to the box by Barnsley, but this head tennis has been won out by Stocksbridge, and they have cleared away Poole, and they just can't get on the end of that little touch from Poole there. And it's going to be back to Barnsley for the throw-in. Number 6 here, Barnsley throws it back to their captain, number 4, being challenged by Poole, and Poole almost gets in there. Poole is an absolute menace to some of their defenders today, and Searle's going to clear that one out if it's gone back to him. Kept in by Barnsley very well actually by Hassan Smith, with their number 7 now, who's avoiding O'Connor before that slide challenge gets the ball away from him. Curtis has come back very well to get the ball back to Langton now. Langton's lovely little touch avoids Yallow. Now with Baker, who takes up before he just kicks the clip up, and that's going to be out to play for Barnsley. Shame there, because some good play there was hinting that might have been something in there for Stocksbridge, but Baker's long pass doesn't work out. Baker not getting us up forward as we've seen in some of the other games so far. So the ball will be back with Barnsley here. I think the ball has got lost in the bushes, to be honest here, because it's taking a while for us to get back, and there must not be any on the bench at the moment. But that number 6 I've been talking about has gone on and fetched it, so good on him. Northampton Town have taken a 1-0 lead against Colchester United through Hoskins. Pryor heads that throwing away. It's going to be Mackenzie Go tries to get on the end of it. He does head it on. Poole tries to get the second touch, but he's cut out there by the number 8 here for Barnsley. Now it's with their 7. Who passes it back to Hassan Smith, who miscontrols it. He actually does keep that in. No, he doesn't. No, linesman says otherwise. And Stocksbridge will get the ball back here. With Tinker now. Tinker's going to throw it back here to Langton as Barnsley's manager shouts to press. And Barnsley have won it, and they're high up on the halfway line here. They won it off Tinker here, and Tinker did go in for a second challenge. It just about works because it is now back with Stocksbridge. And got the number 9 almost catches Langton out, but doesn't. And that long ball's bounced over. Curtis is going to try and get the end of it, but the pass back there from that number 6, who says tall and quick. A very talented defender, this lad. And the closing down from Stocksbridge did work there, though, and it's got it under a throw-in. It's thrown to the trialist. Now back with Pryor. Pryor's going to pass it through to O'Connor. Now back with the trialist, who is well tackled, and now Barnsley have a chance to attack this number 9 centre long ball, looking for the 11. Davison Hale's going to come out and claim it, and he does get up at the edge of the penalty box there, very close to coming out of his own box, but thankfully stays in, or else that would have been well, I don't know if he would have given it, but that would have been a red card offence. So been a bit of a no real chance of being created in a while now. 33 minutes gone, 0-0 between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Barnsley Football Club. It's back with Langton now, who is just going to pass it back to Davison Hale. Davison Hale's just going to keep it with his feet for a while before he clips it long. He's looking for Mackenzie Gray, whose touch is heavy behind him, but he's got back onto it. Tries to pass it central into it. It does get to Poole, who little touch almost gets it away from the Barnsley defender, but Barnsley have got it, and they're going to get right on the attack here with the number 3 here. Back to their 10. Going to look to try and get the ball through here. Here it is with Barnsley in the box on the left-hand side. Get to the 3, who clips the ball in. It's gone right through, and it's tapped in at the far post by Barnsley. It's 1-0 Barnsley. It's some good play. The ball went right across the 6-yard area, and at the far post they managed to touch it in. 1-0 Barnsley here. Disappointed after I think Stocksbridge have had better of the play in this first half to be the ones who conceded, but just punished there by a good move and just well in general, just a good finish as well at the far post. Thought it may have evaded everyone for a second, but hadn't done so. Goole have taken the lead against Yorkshire Amateur, and it looks like Hallam FC have now taken the lead against Knaresborough. Got some other goals to update you about as well when we get a chance. Looking for Curtis for that long ball before it's headed away by their number 3. Throwing taken shot to O'Connor. O'Connor's going to try and get back to Baker, who puts it in for Pryor. Pryor misses that header, and now Barnes have the chance to go on a counter the number 7. The sub 7 does a little bit of a mazy run at first, but he gets the ball here to the goal scorer, and a big sniping challenge from Oglesby, and nothing being given there. That was, yeah, definitely a free kick in my opinion, but nothing given. Barnsley have got the ball back now, though. He's actually giving it right to Baker, who's had the ball taken off him instantly as well. It's with their number 7 now, but Poole comes in the tackle. It's going to bounce back to their goalkeeper here. So let's update you on a load of the goals that have happened elsewhere since that strike from Barnsley here. Cheltenham are in the lead thanks to a Frankie Kent own goal. We'll stop here. Mackenzie Gray's on the ball here. It's always potentially exciting. Mackenzie Gray on the left-hand side, though. Number 5 does a very good standing tackle and gets the ball away. It's with Yallow now, who the goal scorer. And a big challenge from Pryor stopped him advancing any further. It's with the number 8 now. Number 8's going to evade one tackle, and somehow Barnsley got a man in between him, and I think number 8 pushed him slightly, so it's a free kick to Barnsley. So some of the other goals: Port Vale have equalised through Smith. Wickham are 3-0 up on Burton through Josh Scowen. Bristol City are 1-0 ahead through Andy Vyman. Blackburn are 1-0 up through Lewis Travis, that's against QPR. Port Vale are 2-1 up through Hall against Fleetwood Town. And Barrow are now 3-0 up against Stopper County thanks to Waters. So it's with the goalkeeper now, Searle. Stocksbridge look to bounce back from that goal, losing 1-0, but they were losing 1-0 against Sheffield Wednesday as well, so we'll see if we get a change of that. A similar sort of turnaround. Twice Stocksbridge came back to earn that 2-2 draw. And that ball from Searle is headed away by Oglesby, but headed right back into by Barnsley. Has gone into Barnsley's own half now, and Barnsley have cleared it. No, Pryor is the one who's collected it. Through to try number 8, who miskicks it there, but Poole's come back to collect. Poole's going to find Tinker on the left side, and Tinker has a bit of space to move into, though I think he's been closed down quite quickly. He's clipped it through to Mackenzie Gray. Mackenzie's great, working hard with that number 5, and in the end he's out-muscled by Barnsley, and they got it a ball away. Barnsley looking a very good outfit today. The ball's gone to Jallow here on the right-hand side. Jallow's got plenty of movement in, but it's Langton who goes in with, well, it's actually Oglesby who goes in with a great challenge, and Jallow tries to keep him, but in the end all he does is knock it out for a goal kick. It might have actually gone out before and might still be a throw in here, which would be the better of the two for Barnsley. Here's going to be a throw in for Stocksbridge here as it goes very quiet round Brackenmore. Glossop North End, who we take on Tuesday night, are beating Ossett United 2-1. Barnsley, this Barnsley side, also beat Ossett, lost to Ossett 2-0 as well, just to let you know, which is a bit of a frustrating comparison at the moment, considering the fact we're losing in this game. But he's back with the Barnsley free after Stocksbridge cleared. He's going to clip it forward, but only to Baker, who clears it right back up. Curtis is looking like he could, if he look and see if he could get onto the end of it, but he's gone to the opposite side of the pitch. And while Mackenzie Gray was also having a little dash to see if he can make some of it, it's out to play before he can really do anything. Another goal in the EFL. Charlton Athletic have taken the lead against Accrington Stanley through Fraser. So 1-0 there for the Addicts. Short ball gone for Barnsley, and they clear it upfield, but Stockbridge have it right back. Pryor's headed through to Curtis, and back to Pryor, who's tries to get it to Poole, but it's just a bit wide of him, so Barnsley will gather the ball back. Curtis is closing down, but misses it there, and that was a miss roll, being caught onto the try number 8 with the winger whose touch was just a bit heavy. Mackenzie Gray's touch a bit heavy there, or else he could have been in there. Just I think sometimes the touch letting down some of these Stockbridge players, and it's a poor touch there from Barnsley there. That's got the try number 8 in, but he's been pushed off the ball there, and now Barnsley on the attack here. The number 10 clips it through here into the number 7, who's going to try and slip through to the number 9, but it's ended up with Davison Hale there, just a bit too heavy for them. Liversidge are beating Consett 1-0. Liversidge leaving our league last season, but Consett are going to be one of our new sides that we're taking on this season. And in a local fixture, Swansea City have equalised against Rotherham United through Harry Darling. Must be Stephen Fry's favourite player, that. And Cheltenham Town are leading 2-0. Mostly, I think that's a Backstreet Boys song, because it's got to be May. I think someone else made that joke before me. I don't think I committed fully to it. So it's with Barnsley now as they look to get the attack on. They've slipped it through to the number 10 here, one of the trialists for Barnsley today. They clip in, taking the shot, and well saved from Davison Hale. It's back with the Barnsley number 9. Shot blocked by Langton. Back with their number 9 now with Jallow. Jallow takes a shot, and it's gone for everyone. It's 2-0 to Barnsley. Disappointing after an incredible save from Davison Hale, pushed it onto the post, and then Langton with a fantastic block. In the third attempt there, Jallow has got his second of the day, and it's now 2-0 to the Tykes. Really, really frustrating on that one. But Barn forward to Jallow. Alawi on the right hand side trying to go through. Big crunching tackle from Oglesby, stops Jallow from going forward. I think the Stocksbridge defence have had enough of him officially, and they're going to try and stop him any way they can. So Glossop North End have taken a 3-1 lead against Ossett United through a penalty kick as Jallow fights the ball on the right wing, and it's going to go out of play for a... I'm not sure if they're giving a free kick or a throw in there. But it's a set piece of some sort for Barnsley. Just waiting to see how actually going over there to see what it has been. And in other scorelines that are happening, Ipswich Town are now 1-1 against Bolton through Evans, and Stevenage have taken the lead against Tranmere through Reeves. So it is a free kick for Barnsley here on that far right hand side, close to the corner flag. One of those that is not too far from being a corner, but takes a short one to their number 7 here, who puts the ball in, and that's just right at Davison Hale there, who will be extra frustrated after putting off what was an incredible save. The big long ball actually could come out good for Mackenzie Gray, but it's just a bit in target and being covered quite well by Hassan Smith and this number 6. So it's gone right back to Searle here. Takes the throw out here too, and it's with Barnsley now. Going to get it to the number 10 on this left-hand side. He's facing up with Bailey Baker. Going to take it inside, take the pass through to Jallo, who is cut inside, cut through. Mazy little run as he jinks past Langton, but it's well in from the number 8 here, who's got him with a tackle, and it's actually got a goal kick out of it as well. Very impressive defending from what some people have called Fake Sam. So it's back with Davison Hale now. The goalkeeper, who I think has had a very decent pre-season, been growing into it. That was probably his best save he's made. It's just frustrating about 10 seconds later. It was a goal for Barnsley, now 2-0 to them. Clipped up here by Davison Hale. We headed away by Barnsley, then headed back by Tinker. Number 6 here clips it right up into the air for O'Connor to head it forward. And it's just head tennis at the moment between the two sides. It's actually the tries 10 for Barnsley, who gets the ball on for it. And it's actually Barnsley tried to clip forward, but missed kick goes wide out of the box actually. So it's a throw in here. Quickly taken by Baker to the number 8. Back to Baker, who's going to clip it long here. Curtis looking like he was going to look to get the end of it, but he's been covered well by the number 4, the captain for the Barnsley 11. And Baker heads out, clearance out, throwing to Barnsley about halfway through the Stocksbridge half. 44 minutes gone. It is 2-0 to Barnsley at the moment. Both goals coming from Jallo here. And now Barnsley will look to press, see if they can get a third and really make this a bit of a miserable day for Stocksbridge. Throw goes in, headed on by the number 9 Barnsley, but it's been covered here by Oglesby, who's going to allow that to go out to play for a goal kick to the Steels as we get closer and closer to half-time here at the moment. On the last weekend before the Northern Premier League season, well, before the season kicks off, not Northern Premier League season kicks off in 2 weeks away to Dunstan next week, FA Cup action against Golcar. Can we end the 11-year curse? Long ball goes through for Davison Hale. Headed back by number 6, who's been really impressive for Barnsley. I'll be glad if he gets subbed off. But it goes back to Langton, who heads it back to Davison Hale, who really doesn't do a good job controlling it. Clears it way to Baker, though. I think it was a bit of a hospital pass back to Davison Hale. And whilst Barnsley pass it around, it's well clipped out by Curtis, but he only gets it to their own number 10. And now it's gone cross ball to Hassan Smith, who keeps it in. Got plenty of space, being closed down by Tinker. Pass it back, Tinker to the number 7, but it's been covered by O'Connor. Here, and O'Connor does get a touch through the pass back, but it's still with Barnsley here. Now back with Hassan Smith, who's been forced further back out by Tinker. Now it's back with another one of their defenders, but he's been clipped down by Curtis, and it's going to be a free kick to Barnsley, probably one of the last acts of this half. If you want to know what's happening elsewhere with Barnsley, they are losing 1-0 to Plymouth Argyle through Azaz. Harrogate Town are also winning 1-0 thanks to Pattison. So Stockbridge have the throw in here as they like to try and get one last attack. Tinker's thrown it through to the number 5 here. Curtis keeps it in play. But the number 5 has won it out and kept it in himself. He clears it out. Only going to go to Oglesby though, who is going to hook it right back up there. And that is half time as Stocksbridge Park Steels are losing 2-0 to Barnsley. Both goals coming from Jallo in this game. It was a bit against run to play that first strike from him, but in the end, Barnsley were growing into the game. They got the second after Davison Hale made a very impressive save, and the second shot was blocked. Jallo got in with the second. And the first one coming from some really nice play from Barnsley as they got the ball across the 6-yard box for Jallo at the far post. It's 2-0 to Barnsley at the half-time. We'll see what happens in the second half. See you in 15 minutes. Hello and welcome back here to Bracken Moor as the game kicks off here for the second half. Here as Barnsley get immediately on it. Sorry about that, we just had to run back after setting up some other media things. So we have had one change for this half, which we'll let you know about in a second, as Barnsley have a quick free kick here on the right hand side. They're looking for the space here, they're trying to slip it through here, but they just can't, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. Oh, damn it. So back with Davison Hale now, the goal kick. So the change we've seen, and it's a big change for Stocksbridge. Luke Rawson has come on to make his debut for Stocksbridge. He's missed pre-season friendlies due to an injury he picked up just before pre-season started. I think this side has been needed a centre forward, and it's great to see one out there as Barnsley are now getting down that left wing, but they're being forced backwards by Bailey Baker, and Bailey Baker gets the tackle in. Gets it to Pools on the right wing. Rawson has come on for Mackenzie Gray, just to let you know as well. And Rawson almost closes down Searle there, and you can see him just like get punching, just in a going, so close sort of thing, gesture as he does it. We've seen the goalkeepers come under a bit of pressure from this Stocksbridge attack, and Rawson is going to fit in well if he gets that close with players, because he's getting that close to professional goalkeepers. I think what he'll do to some of the part-time ones. We saw it be very successful against quite a few teams last year. So with Jallow here on the left-hand side, the goal scorer. Stocksbridge press as they force back to pass into their own central defence now. And that has forced the number 8 to get on the ball now. He's going to try and slip it through to Rawson, but nothing doing there. Well tackled, stopped high, Barnsley, and Tinker goes in on Hassan Smith, and Tinker's going to try and take it down this left-hand side, slips it through to Curtis. Curtis is going to take the shot, but it's just right at Searle. Searle doesn't have to move very far to do it. But it's nice to see some glimpses from Curtis, who we've not seen too much of in pre-season, too much of what's got him so many goals in Sherwood, but it's that little bit of movement there and space creation. He just couldn't get the direction on the shot. The number 8 here breaking into the box of Barnsley, takes a shot, well saved by Davison Hale. Jallow tries to get it for his hat-trick, but well in from Oglesby there to make sure he can't, and Barnsley looking dangerous on the counter-attack here. Hello, Alan Steeples, glad to have you listening, even if you are supporting Barnsley. Alan, if you are listening to us today, do come down to Stocksbridge when Barnsley aren't playing, because you'll absolutely love it here. It's a great atmosphere, great people here, and well, hopefully our matches don't coincide too much with yours. We are at home, remember, next Saturday against Goldcart in the FA Cup, because that's when the FA Cup really starts, is right at the very beginning of August. Not too many people realise how early that tournament starts, because they often don't think at it till either like November or January. Barnsley with a throw in here, they're going to take it here too. I think the number 12 who's come on for Barnsley, not sure whose number coincides with who, so I'm not sure who it is. It's a very young blonde lad, as they clip it onto then number 6 here, who's facing up with Baker. He gets the ball into the box, but no one in particular. Langton clears. It is back with Barnsley though on that left-hand side. Just some other sports news. George Russell has got his very first career pole in the Hungarian Grand Prix, as the ball's clipped along over the heads of everyone in the Stocksbridge box, and out for a goal kick. We'll keep you up to date with all the scores in the EFL, as many as we can in the NCEL, which kicks off today, as well as EFL, and any friendlies that deal with sides that are going to be in our division next season. Hull City are beating Bridlington Town 3-1, Hull City 11, by the way. Cleared up there by Harrison Davison Hale, head up by Rawson, who seems to be getting involved very quickly now with the number 8. Here, who just managed to get the ball out of his feet, then to Tinker, who's going to try and get onto this byline. Tinker really pushing forward, puts the ball in, and it's a dangerous one, but Rawson was waiting, well claimed by Searle, but that's the sort of play we like seeing from the Stocksbridge side. This number 12 is come right back out and trying to find Jallow on the right wing. Oglesby's going to put that ball into Rosehead to make sure Jallow cannot get any further onto it. So we're going to see the number 5 here take the short throw in here to Jallo, trying to escape his marker, pass it back to the 5. Gets it through here to Jallo, who's going to clip the ball into the box. It's right at Davison Hale, who comfortably takes it. Something that I've been really impressed with Harrison Davison Hale is just how comfortable he is with some of these crosses that come in. That bodes well for the season. The ball distribution is good as well. It's really found Rawson well, and he's eventually earns a free kick when 2 men basically are pushing and pulling him around as if he's a doll that's being fought over by 2 jealous brothers, basically. Yeah, so the free kick is here for Stocksbridge. Central free kick, probably too central, really, if we think about it, for one like a ball being clipped in. But definitely, it's 35 yards. It's definitely too far for a shot. So it's 2-0 to Liversidge against Consett, by the way, in that friendly involving Consett, a side that will be taken on for the very first time this season. Another town with great steel-making heritage. Ball's is clipped in, but it's cleared right back out by Barnsley, and they're going to look to get the counter after they've got the push off against Baker, but Tinker blocks that amazing, what going to be an amazing ball, and then when Pryor gets onto it, he's clipped and he goes down. Harrison Fulston just in front of me here, who's, as number 8 clips it forward here, tries to get it into the box, but after the second bounce, Barnsley do clear it away. So we might see first time we'll see Fulston dealing with a shoulder injury, just having some shoulder strapping on him now. And it's now going to be a Stocksbridge and a free kick there, so it's going to be back with Pryor, who takes on to the trialist 8, his cross was a bit low, but it's cleared away, but only to Pryor, who's I think had a really good game so far. Onto Baker, and Baker's going to put a decent ball in, but cleared away by Barnsley. Back to Pryor. He's going to clip the ball in onto the left-hand side here now, and it's been covered by Jallo, and actually Trialist just about keeps it in. Back to the Trialist number 8 after being helped out there by Curtis, and it's going to be a throw-in for Tinker on this left-hand side to take. So Tinker here. Here to the trialist number 8, back to Tinker, who heads it down for the trialist. Pass forward is really a bit fruitless, and Hassan Smith collects it easily, but Tinker's just gone in with a tackle. Bounces to Poole, flicks it back to O'Connor, but O'Connor just can't get on the end of it. Poole, I think sometimes he's thinking a bit ahead of everyone else, and that means people cannot get on the end of it like he would want them to. Now with a 12 for Barnsley, back onto that left-hand side. He's forced back to the central defence, and Stocksbridge have started really brightly in the second half, much as they did in the first half, and it's just a case with a natural out-and-out striker on the pitch who will they actually be able to get the goal that gives them the lead. But as Barnsley do send a long ball forward, but they're 2 ahead of everyone. Davison Hale's going to claim that. We are 52 minutes have gone in this game so far. It is 2-0 to Barnsley. Both goals coming from Jallo. Rolled out here by Davison Hale, who's going to look for Poole here, but Rawson actually is going to try and who's lost the battle of the header's edge. Number 10 Trialist has clipped it on, now Barnes, they've got it. They're going to clip it forward for Jallo to chase. Oglesby is going to just hook that one away though. You can see that Fulston had seemingly got ready for substitution, but he's getting his bib back on to go do some jogs now, so may not be long till we see him on the pitch. Former Steel, Brodie Litchfield has scored for Belper, I've just seen as well, so. Thrown back here to the number 4 of Barnsley. Tried to cut the ball through, but Baker has got the tackle in, it's out for another throw-in. Goal in the Championship is that Romaine Sawyers has just given Cardiff a 1-0 lead over Norwich City. So, Norwich not having a good return to the Championship there, as Stocksbridge get a free kick there after the throw-in. So, been a very positive start to the second half for Stocksbridge. We've just seen another one of the players. Stocksbridge players looking like he might be coming on very shortly. As I say that, he puts his bib back on. Number 14 here. As Baker tries to clear the ball, and O'Connor does get on the end of it. Back to Pryor. Pryor's going to send it long for Curtis to try and get on the end of. Curtis is fighting through. Curtis sets it through. Curtis tries to clip it forward, but he's been defended well here by Barnsley. And Barnsley, our defender, has managed to carry away just before it went out of play, but he's only cleared it to, well, it looks like it was going to go to Tinker, but Tinker missed the ball, and it's the number 8 who's knocked it out of play for Barnsley, throwing to Stocksbridge. Curtis probably having his best game in a Stocksbridge shirt so far. He's looking a lot livelier than he has done in some of the other games. Tinker tries to get thrown into the box. Rawson heads it on. Curtis almost gets on the end of it. It's cleared out for a corner kick. Just as some other goals coming in, Tranmere have equalised against Stevenage. Hemmings have scored that goal as we wait for this corner from Poole. Poole get one of the it's Adam. Teasdale's had to kick the ball back to Thomas Poole there. Coming back, he's just about to go on holiday again, so we'll probably listen to us on Tuesday night. Ball clipped in, caught in, touched away by Searle on top, below his bar, to the tries go through, shoots, and it's just over the bar. It's the closest Stocksbridge have come in this game so far. The trialist, the fake Sam trialist, gets the ball in the box, close to the corner of it. He tries to curl it in the top corner, it's just over. And some bad news for Sheffield Wednesday fans. Connor Ogilvie has equalised for Portsmouth there. It's 1-1 between Sheffield Wednesday and Portsmouth. And Harrogate Town have taken a 2-0 lead against Swindon. Daly scoring there. And Rossington are doing well. They're winning 3-0. Not sure who that's against in the NCEL First Division. As the referee shouts a go at the goalkeeper for taking too long. Sheffield Wednesday have retaken the lead as soon as they lost it. Fizeo Deli Bashiru has scored for them. As Barnsley's clearance is headed up. Pryor is going to hit it further up as well, and they're actually earned a free kick as well from, I think, a shove on one of their players. So Stocksbridge really looking good in this second half, and looking like they will get it back into this game. As we see, I'm just calling him fake Sam from now because I've had enough calling people trialists. So that's what so much commentary during the summer does, and I think there's a trialist on the bench who maybe that's come on. And fake Sam's going to put that into the box, and it's just going to bounce out of the box. I think Oglesby does just about keep it in. Pass it back here to O'Connor, being marshalled by two people close to the corner flag. O'Connor trying to get the ball out, does get it to fake Sam. Now back with Baker, who gets it back to O'Connor, still on this right-hand side, looking for the space to be able to put a cross in. And the ball is going to just go in, but being blocked, and it's out for another corner kick for Stocksbridge. And these have caused some problems for Barnsley so far. Lincoln City have equalised against Exeter City through Tom Hopper as well. We're just having to wait for this corner because Thomas Poole's having to go fetch it just on the edge of our good old cricket side of the pitch. So it's just taking a bit of time, but Poole is going to take it. It looks like Poole will be one of our regular corner takers for this season. We lost both corner takers in the summer, both Sam Finlaw and Josh Nodder, both going elsewhere. Rossington are 4-0 up now. Corner's going in. It looks a bit high for everyone. Barnsley do head it up and they get the second ball, clear it away. Baker's going to cover in with Jallow charging in. Baker's passing it back to Davison Hale. Davison Hale's going to roll it in his feet before passing it out to Pryor. Pryor going to pass it back to Davison Hale. Barnsley's press really works, and Davison Hale passes it back to the number 8, and Oglesby goes in with a proper sliding challenge and gets all the feet and none of the ball, and that could be a booking. And actually, you could tell it's non-league because he gets applause for that sort of challenge here. And Oglesby is going to get a bit of a talking to for it. Well, it was one of those save the day sort of challenges. The press from Barnsley really worked on Stocksbridge there, and Davison Hale was forced into a very poor clearance thanks to it. And Oglesby's getting the talk, and Oglesby's pushing away their captain as well at the same time. And it does look like Oglesby's going to end up getting a booking as well. I think it's one of those, it is absolutely fair for him to get a booking for this one because, well, there goes the yellow card for Oglesby. Well deserved even during pre-season because that was a cynical challenge, I think I'd call it. Definitely want to stop them advancing on goal. Just before this free kick taken, Anthony Sarcevic has got one back for Stockport County. They now lose 3-1 against Sparrow. A quick free kick taken from Barnsley. They don't tend to put the ball into the box. It's now with Hassan Smith on the right-hand side through to their number 12, and it's a good sliding challenge there from Stocksbridge. That stops them advancing any further. Alex O'Connor in with a tackle there, who's looking like he's going to play a lot more minutes this season than he had last. So, chance for Barnsley to whip a corner in. It doesn't look like they're going to go short this time. They are going right in there, headed away by Stocksbridge. Back to the number 12 here, who has clicked it on the far left-hand side. He's forced backwards well, passed it to Hassan Smith, who's going to try the run in the box. Another big sliding challenge, this time from Fake Sam. And Baker clears this one up. Felt completely fair, that one. Throw it, actually, the clearance goes out of play to throwing to Barnsley here. Walsall have gone 3-0 up. Another goal from Johnson there against Hartlepool United. I just know if you want an update of what former Steels are doing. Lewis Witham has actually just come on for Alfreton. And Fake Sam's done a good challenge there. The second challenge is good as well, but it does go a bit loose. And Barnsley have it. Hassan Smith avoids the challenge of Tinker there, and that means there's some space on this right-hand side, though Pryor's gone into cover. And Pryor clips down the number 9, but the number 9 staying up. Now the Fake Sam's wrestling with him, and the free kick has been given on the advantage. After that bright start from Stocksbridge, Barnsley are now in the ascendancy in this game, and they're 2-0 ahead as well, and 60 minutes have gone. So it's another chance to get the ball. But actually, Barnsley haven't really been getting the ball, and they've been working it short. So number 3 here will take this free. Well, take this free kick. I say this as if he's going to clip it in. We've not really seen them do that much of it, and we see Hassan Smith and their number 5 also round it, so it's likely to be another short one. And he actually taken a short pass to the central midfield, and it's gone back to that right side with number 5 now. And Ian Richards already never stops shouting, does he? He has Barnsley trying to pass the ball around. It's no chance of that set piece now as Stocksbridge moving, following the ball constantly to try and stop it from getting into their box. And Barnsley have been forced to pass it back into their own central defence with their number 4. And he's now with their number 6, who I think has been very impressive in this game. He's going to take a few steps forward to number 10 before it clips off him, and Pryor clears it away. Going to take to Rutch for Rawson. Looks like Rawson's a big lad as well, just to let you know. Just looks like 6'3", 6'4". And the ball's clipped through by Barnsley onto the right side where Hassan Smith is. Hassan Smith's trying to get to the byline, puts the ball across, and it's well saved by Davison Hale, but the second one does get into the box, and Davison Hale not being helped by his defence as Barnsley take a 3-goal lead. And Barnsley, for their pressure in the last 5 minutes, have earned themselves a goal through it, and this is looking like it will be the Steel's worst result of pre-season. And Portsmouth have equalised in Sheffield Wednesday through Michael Jacobs as well. Just like you know, and Leyton Orient have gone 1-0 upon Grimsby thanks to a George Monker penalty. Looks like there's going to be plenty of substitutes for Stocksbridge after that third goal went in. We'll see who's coming on. Millen is one of the ones coming on, definitely. As is Macaskill, who's wearing the bizarrely odd old kit, Stocksbridge kit from what must be 20 years ago now. Greaves has come on as well, I've seen, and Langton pushing up to midfield, I've been told. So. No, just trying to update you all the people who have come on and try and work out who's gone off as well. And well, the number 20 who's come off Stocksbridge immediately lost the ball. It's Jallo's doing it, and Jallo's shot is deflected off and gone out for a corner kick. I think that might be Harrison Fulston who has come on there. Elliot Murray has also come on in central defence as well, that I've just seen as well. I think Alex O'Connor has gone off as well, as the corner's taken short by Barnsley. And that's what looks like it could work here as they get it back to the byline, but actually Stocksbridge cover it well and pass it back to Davison Hale. May have actually gone out to play there for a goal kick. So there's a bit of a midfield battle there going on. Millen's tackled the ball well. Maxfield tries to cover the ball away from it, and he does well. And Maxfield tries to see find Rawson, but it's off target there. And the man who makes his first appearance in signing officially tried to do some work there. I think Gaz Curtis has also gone off here, just to let you know, for Greaves. As they're not really pressing as much as they were in the last second half. And actually, they were saying that Macaskill's going to go in with a sliding challenge, but just misses the ball, and they're able to pull it away. So Barnsley on the ball here with the number 9. Essentially to Jallo. Jallo's touch is not great, but he's able to recover it and put it through into central midfield with their number 7, who's advancing on the ball, slips it through, and it's a well done by Fulston to stop Hassan Smith from coming in for what could have been a certain goal. Peterborough have got one back against Cheltenham. Jack Marriott has scored for Peterborough. And Hallam FC have extended their lead to 3-1 against Knaresborough. And the goal scorer, just to let you know, for Barnsley was Danny Benson, who just touched that one in at the far post. And Gloucester North End are battering United 5-1. Absolutely mad scoreline there. That corner's come to nothing. Long ball in, gone too far for anyone. It's out for a throw-in for Stocksbridge at the far end. Tadcaster are winning 1-0 in their match. Not sure who they're against though. As Stockbridge look to try and see if they can get anything out of this game at this point. To see if my GoPro that I've put behind the goal is actually going to get any use, or if I've just charged up for nothing. So we are throwing for Stocksbridge just inside their own half as they look to build back into this game, get with this change side after the 60-minute mark. So we are at 66 minutes into this game, trying to see if they can do a bit more in this game, see if they can impress to earn their way into that starting lineup and go in an attacking area right now. As Max Gill's trying to evade a few challenges, tried to slip it through to Langton there, but Langton couldn't get onto it, and Barnsley are going to clear this one, and Jallo's going to try and see if he can build it away. It's with Barnsley. It's going to go to Jallo on this right-hand side. He's got plenty of space to move into. He's cutting inside, and then Fulston trips him over there as he goes in, and Fulston looks like he's going to be booking. I think this referee is treating this as if it is a competitive match, because he was looking like he was going right for his pocket there. I think actually he's decided not to now. He is wanted to talk to Fulston though. And that's why we're having a bit of a delay at the moment. So we're having the delay while the referee gives him a talking to. Forest Green have taken the lead against Bristol Rovers through Moore Taylor. And that is a yellow card for Fulston. So there's 3 yellow cards in this friendly so far. So this referee is not really having the chill that you'd expect from a pre-season match. He's treating this as if it is a competitive one. And this is a shooting opportunity for Barnsley. 20 yards out, free kick towards the right-hand side of the goal as we look at that, I don't know what to call that end, the bush end. He's going to take the shots through the wall, low through the wall, and it's claimed easily by Davison Hale. So he's going to take his time, Davison Hale, before clearing this one out. Looking to see, Rawson seems to have gone to the left wing while Macaskill is in centre forward, I've noticed. I thought it may have been the other way round, unless it's going to be more rotation. Rawson's coming here to try and get in the header, but the 5's went it out. Then it goes to Langton, wins it out. Bit of head battle between Rawson and the 5, but Barnsley went out again. Fulston's going to try and stop the clearance from slipping through, and Fulston does, and he does it well, and being dragged by his injured shoulder as well. And he's actually, the free kick's been given for advantage on that pull down on Fulston. So we've got a defensive thing of, I think it's a trialist right back actually that's come on for Baker. So we'll correct that. It's always difficult at these games to track all the people who've come on. Ball cleared up here, looking for Macaskill. It's bouncing, it's gone to Rawson's going to try and get it before Hassan Smith, but Hassan Smith does knock it out for a throw-in. And it looks like Barnsley are going to make a substitution with the number 14 here coming on for them. And it's Jallo, much to the relief. Jallo actually, yeah, Jallo going off, the twice goal scorer for Barnsley, much to the relief of this Steel's defence, because he has tormented them all day. North Ferriby are winning 2-0 against Emily so far. Ball gone in, headed away by Barnsley, but Langton's headed it right back in. Rawson chests it down. And it's gone wide here to the trialist here. Millen is the one who puts the ball in. Greaves is going to try and get onto it, but his shirt's been pulled there a bit. And Barnsley are able to clear it away. But it's Josiah Dyer who has come on here for Barnsley, just to let you know, just been updated. So with Murray now, who pass it back to Davison Hale. Stocksbridge looks to go back to that bright start that livened up the game to begin with. Looking for Fulston on the left-hand side, who heads it forward. Mackerskill's going to get the beating of his man here. He's battling for it now. Near the corner flag, slips over the ball, gets back up on the ball again. 3 men round him, tries to beat 3 men, bounces off him, but only to Fulston, who's put the ball in the box, and Searle claims it comfortably. And Sheffield Wednesday now losing 3-2. Colby Bishop scoring for Portsmouth. Sounds like it's all headers as well, so it seems like those problems are continuing. Leighton Orient are now 2-0 up on Grimsby Town. James scoring for them, and Cresswell scored another for Millwall. They're 2-0 up on Stoke. So he's with the trialist now, back to the other trialist, the fake Sam trialist, who he passes really poor, and it goes to Hassan Smith, but the number 8 does stop him in his tracks, and now Fulston has it with Millen. Millen's going to let it go to fake Sam trialist, who's going to slip through to Mackerskill on this left-hand side. The sliding challenger 5 stops him though. There's a bit of a tussle for him with some shirt pulling from both sides, and that's allowed fake Sam to get through. But Barnsley do put a good tackle into throwing right next to the corner flag. It's taken quickly to Millen. Millen trying to roll out it here. Millen back to Fulston. Fulston's trying to keep it in, but he can't. I think that was a shirt pull from a short pull. I'm to be correcting from Fulston as the ball went out to play, but nothing given either way. I don't think the referee cares about shirt pulls, short pulls, or even sock pulls, most likely. So Barnsley just taking the time before getting going. We are 71 minutes into this game so far. 3-0 to Barnsley. It will be Stockbridge's worst results, combined with Buxton actually. Match book that resulted into Buxton. Throw-in taken. Here, Fulston heads it backwards and out to play for another throw on the halfway line. Worksop are winning 2-0 in their game against Stamford now. That is a statement against beating a side like Stamford. Number 5 here. Throws it upfield. And it's going to be Hassan Smith's going to get it in central midfield. He's going to look to get it cross-field. He does as well. Not many people on that side of the pitch this pitch, as we see you go to the number 12 now. We'll pass it back here, and looks like a bit of passing between this Barnsley side as they can be comfortable with it. See Ian just having a good talk with Jack Tinker on the sideline. When you hear in some of these conversations that Ian has with players, they are fantastic. You can see why the players do like playing for him, as Barnsley do evade some pressure there in their own defence. And they get it to the right-hand side where Hassan Smith put it through centrally, but the pass is short and Langton's got it now. Langton's going to carry it away for looking for it long, but it's going to be cut out there by the defence, and now Hassan Smith will get it, and now it's in the central midfield back with their number 12 now. Who puts it through here to Dyer, now with the 8 for Barnsley. Going to get it back to Hassan Smith now on the byline. He's been forced backwards here, Hassan Smith, but he's still got the opportunity to get in the box. He's not now because he's gone way out of the way, but he's going to go centrally now. Kiss it across to the number 6 here. Barnsley in a long period of possession. They're going to go in and they're going to take the long shot. It's deflected and it's going to be a corner kick. It was well wide though. Goal update from the NCEL. Handsworth are now leading 2-0 against Penistone Church. And Peterborough are now back equal thanks to a goal from Johnson Clark Harris. They're drawing 2-2 with Cheltenham Town now. So, corner kick for Barnsley here. There's a good opportunity for them. They have got the short option there. Well, I say short, but instead they are going to put a big long ball in. Headed away there by Rawson. The second header away from Macaskill. Now, number 12 tries to keep it in for Barnsley, but it only goes to the fake Sam, and he's going to hit it long, looking for Rawson, who takes some long strides, and he does pressure the defender to make sure he gets the ball, but he's been surrounded by Barnsley players. Pass it back to Millen, who's behind Rawson, so instead it's going to go to Fulston. Fulston's going to take the short pass to Millen. Now Millen's going to advance it. Millen's going to try the crossfield and looking for the trialist right back. Trialist right back going to take the step forward through to at the 15 here to Greaves. Greaves going to step in, he's going to put the ball in, but the ball's right at Searle. So it's just back with the number 6 now for Barnsley after rolling it out to play there. So. And it's good closing down here. Number 8 here is going to take the shot. It's deflected and wide. It's a corner kick, and that is the pressure working well for Stocksbridge. It's been the real bright point of this pre-season, has been the pressing in these high up positions. And that's it almost worked out. It's earned a corner kick at the least. Some goals to update you about. Sean McConville has equalised for Accrington against Charlton, and Walsall are now 4-0 up thanks to Johnson. And Ossett have got one back against Glossop North End. They're now losing 5-2. Fake Sam puts the ball in, and it's punched away from Searles, and it looks like the number 7 is going to be the first one onto it. Millen's trying to cover to stop a quick clearance. It does get a clearance out though. Cover back to the number 12, the trialist right back here, who's going to send it long, looking for Greaves. Greaves does get it, but it's knocked away by Barnsley, and Barnsley get it in midfield now. Going through to Dyer, lanky striker that they have here at the Barnsley 11. Stop going forward by the fake Sam, as we've been known to call him out. Back to number 6. Here, onto left wing here. Click forward. Yeah. Back to their defence now. Rawson following it all the way. Back to Searle in the net now. Searle's going to take a few to the ball again. Macaskill's going to try and close him down. The ball does go long though for Oglesby to clear it away, but only back to their number 5. And he just passes it out to play, the number 5 for Barnsley, so it's going to go back to Stocksbridge here. So it looks like we're seeing a few substitutes here as Rawson. His brief cameo is over here. I think he's been impressive. Now Luca DeFalco, Alex O'Connor and Cody Pryor's coming on. Langton coming off as well, I can see. And Macaskill gets a proper shirt, which is nice to see. So we see Luca DeFalco continuing to impress during pre-season, so we'll see if he can impress here. Back to Langton now with Davison Hale, whose clearance is sliced and right out to play. Trying to just tell who Alex O'Connor has come on for here. So the trialist 8, the fake Sam one we've been calling him as. Throwing goes in, and it's Stocksbridge have been a bit saved there by the fact the Barnesman couldn't get the ball under his feet properly, and the fact he fell over the ball as well probably helped. Ball gone short, bounce out by number 8, trying to keep the ball in play, pass it to number 5, trying to get through. He's still with the number 5, some good passing here from Barnsley with the 12. Get through to the number 5 now. With the 6 who puts the ball in. Davison Hale's looking to claim it. Dyer's gone right into him, and while the ball did go in the back of the net, it's not going to be allowed due to the foul on Davison Hale. Dyer did aim more for the keeper than he did the ball on that occasion. Some potential comebacks here, but just let you know some other scores. Wimbledon are 2-0 up thanks to Curry. Rochdale have got one back thanks to Rodney. Stockport are now got it from 3-2 to 3-0 to 3-2 thanks to Paddy Madden. And Peterborough now leading after being 2-0 behind. Johnson Clark Harris has got a second. Barnsley have got the ball back after that goal kick. It's with Dyer, but Millen's gone in on him, and O'Connor tried to as well, but the 7s carried it away for him. Big crunching tackle from Murray though, carried that way. Now it's with Greaves with some space in front of him. Greaves is going to try and slip it through to the trialist, but the pass is too short, and Barnsley are going to get the ball back on this one. And it's in Barnsley's defence now as they pass it on. DeFalco is charging in, and Searle's clearance out is just going to bounce out of play here. Pryor's coming over to take the quick throw in here. So I just see Cody Price just giving it to Fulston to throw, the man with who's coming in with a bit of a shoulder injury. Does take the throw in, even though I just heard him say he can't take the throw in. Back to Oglesby now with Murray. Murray's allowing it to roll around before sending it long for Greaves to try and get on the end of. Headed away by the number 6 though, and to O'Connor, who's headed it back to the trialist now to Millen. Millen's going to roll it around before trying to get it back to the trialist right back. He's going to try and get it down the wing, but it's completely off target, that pass, and nothing doing. We are now 79 minutes into this game now. It is 3-0 to Barnsley, and Stocksbridge just not really making that many chances here to try and see if we can get some sort of consolation. So, just this throwing taking a while to take again. Bristol Rovers have equalised against Forest Green, Collins scoring there, and Hull City have equalised against Bristol City, a turf and penalty. Ball has been thrown in by Barnsley. It's gone through a lot of Stocksbridge players, but in the end Fulston's collected it through to Millen. Millen's going to try and get it through to Greaves, but it's too heavy for Greaves to get onto. Greaves didn't give up for his credit, but in the end it's going to go back for a goal kick now for Searle to take. So thank you for everyone who has been listening today. No, it's not been the best result for Stocksbridge, but more minutes in the legs, as a lot of the managers say around this time of the season. And we will see you again here on Tuesday night for the match against Glossop North End, the last friendly of the season. And finally, competitive action will start next Saturday as we face Golcar, as we look to end this curse. At long last, it would be lovely. Wakefield have equalised against Glasshoughton. Jake Morrison scoring there. And Harrogate Town have made it 3-0 against Swindon Town. Former Stocksbridge player Jack Muldoon has scored for Harrogate today, as part of that great history of great Stocksbridge strikers. As we have a bit of a battle in midfield here, but Barnsley have got it. Hassan Smith is in there. Fulston's tackled him, and there's a battle just to keep it in play as well, get the possession, and Barnsley have won it out with Hassan Smith, who does accidentally kick it out himself. So the ball's thrown to Fulston here, who's going to moan about taking another throw-in. Now it's going to be Pryor to take it. Pryor taking the throw. He's going to take it long. It's a decent long throw from Pryor, but Barnsley do clear it away. Dyer's going to go up in the air for it. Fulston heads it forward though, and back for Dyer to try and chase it on the right wing. He doesn't keep it in. And the linesman agrees with me on that one. Works up winning 4-0 now. Luke Hall scoring their latest. Their pre-season friendly against Stamford. They've been battering a few teams in that. Pryor's throwing it back here now to Oglesby. Back across to Elliot Murray now. Who puts it forward. Another Barnsley Shadow Academy player who's come on the pitch today. His clearance is knocked out of play by Greaves himself, so it's going to be a throw into Barnsley in their own half. "82 minutes have gone in this game so far as Barnsley throw it up. It's headed away by Murray. But Barnsley get the second ender on it before Millen does, and he's got it through to DeFalco, who's been pulled right down there. Pryor doesn't miss-kick that, but it's still McCaskill gets onto it. McCaskill fights for the ball. He never gives up on the ball, McCaskill, to his full credit. Did lose it on that occasion, though. Hassan Smith coming on. Gets it through here to Dyer. Puts the ball, it's a good ball, but headed well by the trialist right back. Now with Pryor to Millen. Forced back to his own penalty area, but gets it to Fulston, who's going to send it long for DeFalco, but headed away by the 15. Now it's McCaskill who heads it back forward. It's going to be headed back to the goalkeeper. Greaves is going to try and keep the keeper honest on that one, and keeper claims it. And now Barnsley will try and start their own attacks. The number 7 here on the left wing. He's tried to get through to number 9, but it's bounced off him to the 7 here. Going to get it across here to Hassan Smith, who overlaps well, and he's pushing forward here, and he's going to get into the box. Hassan Smith looking to get the ball across, blocked. It's out for a corner kick to Barnsley. So latest goals in the league is that Northampton Town are now 2-0, 2-1 up against Colchester. A Hoskins penalty there. So from the corner, short corner goes to Hassan Smith. Richard shouts his team away, goes in the box, it bounces in the box, number 8's going to hit it, and he volleys it wide for Barnsley. Could have been 4-0 there, but the shot was well off target. Would have never. Davison Hale didn't even look, I think, when he saw that strike. I don't think we're expecting a goal for Stocksbridge. I hope there's another goal for Stocksbridge because our PA announcer has left the booth, so he's going to have to run if it happens. And ball's cleared up, headed backwards by Barnsley. DeFalco gets onto it. He's going to send it down. Greaves on the right wing. Our PA announcer better run because there is an opportunity here. And Greaves is actually being closed down well. And Barnsley have got plenty of men back to the trialist right back now to Millen, who clips it forward to O'Connor, who chests it in the box to DeFalco. DeFalco tries to turn it round. He's looking to see if he can get some shot. He's at the byline now. I'll pass it back to Millen, but it's well intercepted by Barnsley, who look like they're going to try and clear it away, though they've been made to fight to clear it away, and it's only knocked it off a Stocksbridge man for, well, actually no, the throw-in's gone to Stocksbridge's way. Thought it came off a Stocksbridge man last for sure. Throws it here to O'Connor. The touch is heavy and Barnsley have tackled, and they're going to get the ball away here to Dyer. Back onto the right wing now for them in their own half here as McAskill tries to stop the ball going through. It does get through though. Dyer here being covered by Oglesby. Back to Hassan Smith. Hassan Smith's going to try the crossfield ball here, but it's well off target. Actually, I think he's going to earn a free kick here, Hassan Smith, for a late clip on him. Sheffield Wednesday have equalised. It's 3-3 now. Deli Bashiru scoring his second of the game. Sounds like a thriller down at Hillsborough. And Eccleshill are winning 4-2 against Winterton. That was a promotion battle last season. Plenty of goals going in across the country at the moment. Free kick taken short to 12, who's now clipped it across field, but almost stopped by the trialist right back. It is now with the Barnsley left winger. He's looking to try and beat that trialist right back now. Trying to get to the byline. Forced backwards now though. Back to the 12 here as Barnsley happy in possession as we are going to the 86th minute. They knock it forward here, chest down for Barnsley. They're going to try and cut inside. Number 7 here turns well. He's almost into the box. Murray does get half a challenge him, but it's back with the Barnsley 9 who passed it sideways. Bit far for the 12 to get to, but he still does. Tries to get it forward into the box here, but now it's with Hassan Smith on the right-hand side as Barnsley pass and probe, looking for the opening to get that fourth and really confine them a route here. They try to get the ball through, but Pryor gets a good tackle in, but still Barnsley will retain possession until Fulston there. He clears out, but only goes back to the 12. Barnsley just keeping the ball really well, and the ball seems to go back to him straight away. Dyer here looks to pass it to the 7 here. Plenty of space. Gets onto the left-hand side with loads of space for him to go into. Ball goes in, headed away by Oglesby, and Barnsley head it back into the box. Millen does head it away, and then a big clearance from that trialist right back. Stops that danger for now. Headed back, though, by Barnsley defender. It's going to go out to play, though, for a Steels throw in. A chance for Steels to get some possession on the ball, I think. Works up now, 5-0 up. Here as they continue to their pre-season to do very well. Derby County leading 1-0 thanks to Conor Horahan. That's against Oxford United. Pryor's going to send it long here. One that DeFalco is going to try and chase and battle with the 15, and the 15 is able to win that battle and head it back to Searle here. Searle rolls it out here for back to the 15, back to Searle, who's going to clear it upfield for Fulston, who heads it up there, but Barnsley's going to easily gather that one. Stocksbridge not really been at the races for a while at the moment. Stevenage, by the way, 2-1 up on Tranmere. Roberts has scored there, and Grant Hantley's been sent off for Norwich. Ball is cleared there by Barnsley, but out of play for a throw-in for the Steels to get deep in their own half. That sounds like, a thriller over at Glossop. Glossop are now winning 6-3 against Ossett United. 9 goals there over the opposite side of the Peak District. Here as Pryor takes this throw in inside the own half with Fulston unable to take them. Throws it up there, headed back by the number 5, but Pryor gets in and hooks it away. Greaves is going to chest it down well. But hooked away by Barnsley. Only back to Millen, who's trying to get it back to Greaves over the top. Greaves is trying to control well. 3 Barnsley men around and back to Pryor, though heads it down for Millen. Lots of people shouting for it. Millen's going to look for O'Connor on the right wing. O'Connor chests it down well on the right wing, cuts inside, looking for the overlap of the tries winger. He does. Ball goes in and it's cleared away by Barnsley. So some good movement and good play from Stocksbridge there. He's back on the right-hand side with O'Connor. O'Connor's going to try and clip the ball in, but it's deflected away from Barnsley, and Barnsley are able to get the ball away there now. But Fulson stops it and puts it back in for Barnsley to head it back away. And now it's back with Murray. Pass it forward to Millen. On to the right-hand side for this trialist. Clip back here to O'Connor. O'Connor's going to hit the ball in looking for McCaskill, but headed away back to Prime, knocks it back in, and the full time is going to be blown here. 3-0 to Barnsley FC. The first goal for Barnsley came from some good play, where they managed to get the ball right across the 6-yard area to be hit by the far post by Jallo. The second goal was also a disappointing one, as Jallo managed to score at the opposite just before the end of the first half, and then here at the second half, another ball across that 6-yard area led to Benson scoring. So it's 3-0 to Barnsley here, a disappointing game in our penultimate pre-season friendly. Here we'll talk to Ian afterwards. That interview will be up very shortly, well in the next hour or so most likely. We'll look forward to seeing you Tuesday night against Glossop North End. We'll be back with commentary if you can't make it, or we'll see you here for that one, and then obviously the FA Cup match on Saturday. We'll see you then. Thank you very much for listening. I've been Adam Allcroft, and we'll see you then. Bye. Pardon? Yep. You trying to get a quick off?